Welcome to Lasom Athletics. My name is Lucas and this is episode 17 of my kitesurfing progression vlog. This episode is all about my kite loops experience. And what I mean kite loop experience, I mean on a big kite. Previously to that, I've been only practicing kite loops on a small practice kite in a size of 2.5 meters. So during this session, I was using my 12 meter North Vegas kite. Now, let me quickly break it down what happened during this session. The location for this episode is at the beach. And in my previous episode, you see me and my friend slapping the high five as we edging in opposite directions. So he's going towards the shore, I'm going away from the shore. And we've done it right, the way it's supposed to be done. So we was gonna attempt the same trick during this session. And we actually managed to slap the high fives, but soon after that, I lost my balance and I fell off my board into the water. So I got separated from my board. We were fairly deep in the sea, and as this happened, I've got my kite roughly at 60 degrees, so at around 10 o'clock, and at the same time he returned back to the spot which we saw me losing my balance and losing my board. But the way he stops is he's in a reach of my lines, so me preventing any further issues at the deep waters, because he came to like full stop, so I knew he will have to dive the kite eventually and initiate the water start. I decided to just hold my kite at that angle, but I can return with my kite to a zenith position to 12 o'clock above me because he is in my way. And as I'm waiting for him to just move away from me, my board is basically swimming underneath me, so I'm trying to kind of like pull it out from underneath my body and waiting for him to move away. I can feel my kite generating a slight pull. So the board which I'm holding, and by the way my twin tip North Jamie 128 by 40 is not only without the fins but also without the handle. So I am holding to my board by the strap. As soon as he initiates the dive of his kite, I can feel a sudden pull in my kite. So first thing I'm thinking to myself, what's going on? Why is the kite generating so much pull? I know that the wind can be gusty, but that was way too much and too sudden for me to just take it as okay, it was a gust. So I knew there's something up. Instantaneously I am grabbing my bar, and it's the right hand side of the bar which I grabbed, and I can see the kite going into a loop. So at this point I decided to let go of my board. I'm thinking, okay, I'm already 10 meters away. I can feel, rapid movements downwind, and I'm trying to work out of what happened. And you can see me actually after a few seconds realizing that it's the chicken loop because I'm actually touching it and looking at it. What happens is that as I was pulling the board from underneath me, one of the straps triggered the safety system, and as this happens, it starts to loop, and it's looping again and again and again, and basically my bar is sheet in all the way, generating extra amount of pull, and on top of that I am looping the kite. The easiest solution to that would be to just let go of the bar, let the kite drop into the water, but because it was a deep water, I decided to just hold on, balance the bar and keep it as horizontal as possible so I can avoid dropping the kite into the water. But because it looped a few times and the lines are twisted a few times, now everything become extra tight, so every little movements of the bar causing the kite to just initiate a dive to either left or right and initiate further loops. Because the kite is looping, it's going lower and lower and lower, so it crashed into the water. You see me then putting my chicken loop, my safety system together and attaching it to my harness. Without any further ado, let's get right into it. And by the way, that situation with a kite looping is towards the end of the video. Let's get right into it.
let's go.
At this point the battery of my GoPro goes flat, so you won't see further footage from it. But basically what happened next, I am untwisting my lines in water. When I almost got it done, I can see that the kite flipped around this axis. So what happens is now the lines which are attached to the ears, so the directional lines, instead going from the ears under the belly of the kite, they're going down the back of the kite. So I decided that it's unsafe to try to relaunch it, and instead causing potential worse situation than it was, I decided to release the chicken loop again and perform the self-rescue procedure. So wrapping the lines around the bar safely, getting closer to the kite, and as I got onto the kite, so at this point I'm floating on the kite trying to make a sail from it to get back to the shore, I can see the rescue and safety boat coming my way. The friends which was on shore, they saw me dealing with the whole situation for around 15 minutes, and the temperature of the water was roughly around 10 degrees, so they knew that spending too much time in that water wouldn't be ideal. So they thought it would be safer to call the coast guards. They picked me up on their boat, then eventually they dropped me towards the shore. I would like to say thank you very much to those guys. So that's exactly what happens. And just as my personal comment to you guys, if there is some of you that are learning, progressing in kite surfing, and you are afraid of deep waters, and you never practiced body drag techniques, you never practiced self-rescue, I'm sure you've got theoretical knowledge of all the safety procedures, but have you ever tried it? Then just go ahead and practice during your low wind days, as I was mentioned to you in one of the previous episodes when I was practicing jumps on shore. Let me just tell you one more thing. Practicing those things in a shallow water is different to deep waters. In a deep water you've got no physical contact with the ground. The question is how you are going to deal with it. Are you going to be able to put yourself together? Me personally, that was my first practice of a self-rescue technique. So I knew how to do it theoretically, but I never tried it. So to me, that whole situation adds a massive amount of new experiences and skills to my kite surfing database. I'm the type of person that I know that I'm going to be able to handle any situation that comes my way. When I go out there and engage in different activities like kite surfing, stand-up paddleboarding, surfing, or any life experiences, I know that whatever situations I'm getting myself in is going to work for my benefit. I'm gonna basically do it right. Whatever I do, I'm gonna do it right, which means I'm gonna put myself together and deal with the situation that comes my way. That was my very first kite loop experience. This was episode 17 of my kite surfing progression vlog. Another amazing progressive session, adding a massive amount to my overall kite surfing skills, abilities, and database. At the same time, I would like to encourage you to like, subscribe, and comment underneath this video. My name is Lucas, this is Lasom Athletics. I would like to say thank you very much for being with me, and as always, remember, be inspired, be creative, and be active. On to the next one.